We have compiled the top of the best online horse games for girls and boys, children and adults in general, for everyone who adores these strong and graceful animals. Star Stable is a cute adventure game with RPG elements and one of the most popular online horse games. And horses here are of all colors, breeds, and sizes. Moreover, you can also pump your cloven hoof pet. The game also has a huge number of outfits for your character, which are either bought or received as a reward for completing tasks. So creating a stylish look is not a problem. The main essence of the game is to seek adventures with your horse, complete various quests, and participate in competitions, from quite ordinary races to intricate tasks that may seem incomprehensible to beginners. Rival Stars horse racing will fulfill the dream of those who want to join equestrian sports. In this game, the gamer gets control of a whole stable full of horses of various breeds. The gameplay includes caring for four-legged athletes, intense training and participation in story and multiplayer races on tracks that have been removed from real racetracks from around the world. You can take part in the race in person. Emotions are not transferable. In addition to caring for animals, the player will be engaged in other matters, opening new locations on the estate, hiring staff, transforming the appearance of the house. This is a great game that will delight horse lovers. Horse Haven World Adventures. This horse farm simulator invites players to create a real paradise for their four-legged friends. There are different regions of the farm to choose from. You can become the owner of a classic American ranch, a stable in a beautiful and calm corner of France, a picturesque valley of Germany, and in other countries. Together with friends, newly minted horse breeders will be able to breed the most persistent and strong breeds, crossing horses from each other's stalls. So educate future champions who will win prizes in the races and bring you rewards. Of course, horses need to be taken care of, and then they will be grateful to you and will reach heights. Horse Paradise, My Dream Ranch. This game is interesting because it allows you to feel like a horse. Imagine the wind plays in your exuberant mane, whose knock on the path, and you rush through the beautiful and mysterious forest towards adventure. It is from this forest that the exploration of a large open world inhabited by horses will begin. By completing quests, you will increase your level, unlocking all new breeds of animals. Among them, there are both real and mythical, like unicorns and Pegasus. Not without various decorations, there are plenty of masks and bows in the game. In addition to quests, you will find horse races, various minigames, and other entertainments. Ultimate Chicken Horse. It may seem that this game does not fit into our top because of its genre, but we nevertheless decided to include it because this fun platformer will definitely make you smile. Here you do not need to look after the horse, train it, and look for fashionable clothes for it. The local horse is more interested in setting traps, running on walls, and competing with his animal friends. Each of the 15 levels can be completed by 4 people. In addition, you can create levels yourself right during the game, experimenting with the environment and different objects. And all this takes place under a funny soundtrack against the background of cartoon locations. Riding Club Championships. Unlike most of the games in our top, which are far from realism, Riding Club Championships is quite a serious simulator of a horse breeder. The game implements real equestrian disciplines and several competitive modes. You can compete with friends, random opponents, or take part in a weekly championship. The choice of horses, equipment for them, and the rider is quite wide, so the appearance of the wards depends only on your taste. Of course, a horse will not perform well if it is not properly cared for and given sufficient time to train. Horse Riding Tales. This free simulation game is set in a horse-loving town. As in other similar games, in Horse Riding Tales you have to compete with other players. Take care of your pet because the happier it is, the better its results. and also do not forget about the study of the surrounding world. Naturally, you need to not only train your horse, but also decorate, and you can craft some things yourself, having obtained the necessary resources for them. And perhaps you will be able to uncover the secrets of mythical horses that used to roam freely in the local open spaces. Red Dead Online. The world of the Wild West is hard to imagine without horses, and the developers from Rockstar have worked out this issue quite reverently in their Western Red Dead Redemption 2. Its online version allows you to do gang things together with other players and against them. Horses in this game are far from being the last, but what's really there in terms of working out their behavior, binding to the hero, and detailing the horse itself. They are even better than in many games of this collection. But they are not only pleasing to the eye, but also help in missions, at horse races, and with a banal journey through the vast open world. There are about 20 horse breeds, each with its own characteristics. There are also top horses such as the Missouri Foxtrotter and the Arabian Thoroughbred, and the usual Mustangs, Appaloosa, American Panthers, and others. Ranch Simulator. And in this simulator, you and your friends leave the city bustle and go to nature, where you will build your own ranch. There are plenty of things to do here. You need to build houses with pens, and look after the cattle, and get out for the hunt. What is a ranch without horses? So the creators of the game decided, but after a while after the release, the horses were added with one of the major updates, and therefore they will still be refined over time. But now you can buy a four-legged friend at the auction, bring him to your ranch, and spend time with him training and atmospheric walks in a realistic open world. For horses, you can build a whole training ground, where they gain experience and pump their abilities. MMORPG Riding Out tells the story of the difficult life of a horse breeder full of interesting events. To begin with, you will have to build all the necessary buildings with your own hands. Resources for buildings will also need to be obtained by your own labor. Even you will produce food for ungulates yourself. With proper care, the horses will thank you with obedience and love. By developing their skills, you will significantly increase your chances of winning the competitions, which are an important part of the gameplay. And when you want to rest, nothing will prevent you from jumping into the saddle and heading to the shady forests or picturesque mountains to simply enjoy the tranquility and beauty of the local landscapes. Horse World Online is a browser-based horse breeder simulator. The game begins, of course, with the choice of the breed and color of your future pet, which will live on a poor little pasture. In the future, you can become the owner of a thriving farm with luxurious stables, develop your skills as a manager and horse breeder, participate in competitions, win and choose the best horses to get the strongest and toughest horses. Howrse is a browser-based horse breeder simulator and economic manager. Before you have time to figure out the registration, you will be immediately asked to choose the breed and color of the future ward. Moreover, each breed has its own characteristics. For example, the English Thoroughbred is strong at a gallop, the Mustang can develop tremendous speed, and the Akelti Corse is very hardy. After you decide on the choice, you have to raise and educate your pet, develop its skills, and monitor its health. And the newly minted breeder will have to find a job to start a simple groom. Over time, together you will win tournaments, get new horses, and achieve a higher position. Horse Isle is a browser-based MMORPG about horses with warm tube 2D graphics, carefully hand-drawn. It is the simplicity of design and gameplay that makes this game addictive. In Horse Isle, the player can find and tame a wild horse, some of them are unique, and explore the world with it, finding various items that can be used or sold in stores. You can earn a living for yourself and a horse by completing all kinds of quests that NPC generously scattered throughout the game world give. Depending on the server chosen for the game, the horse will either grow and die over time, or it will be eternal. Like most browsers, Horse Isle is free to play. while there is also a premium subscription that opens up new opportunities, including the opportunity to acquire a cozy house for yourself and a warm stall for your horse. Horse Farm is a free, casual farm-style strategy game with an emphasis on horse care. The player, as the owner of a neglected estate, will have to clean it up, build buildings, and take care of the stallions, preparing them for the races. There are a lot of breeds, heavyweight, Scottish ponies, and others, and horses will eventually have foals that inherit the qualities of their parents. Otherwise, the game is not much different from other farms. We build, take care of, spend money on improvements, and so on. It does not differ in the degree of donation either. Players complain that microtransactions do not allow them to enjoy the gameplay. If your favorite game is not included in this list, write it in the comments. Thanks for watching. Subscribe our channel, watch our other videos, press like, turn on notifications, and you will always be aware of what to play today.